Hello, Lake. Good to see you. I do hope you're well. Yay. Let's see, what's our working weight at the moment? 67. Alright, we can try for that. Should be fun. Now let's see if I can get Twitch chat up on my iPad. And hello, Babenaki! Good to see you, lass. Hope you're doing well. Right, can I grab Anki at the same time? Boop-a-doo-bop. Yes, I can. Splendid. How are you, Steve? I'm good. I'm doing all right. Thank you. Looking forward to a good workout. Ideally, assuming that I break myself somehow. Would be hard, unfortunate. Righty-ho, feeling good. Anyone got any workout music suggestions? Is it safe to do this without help, or is it not a lot of kilos? I mean, a lot is entirely relative, to be honest, because I'm doing, 67 kilos today, ideally for about 11 reps. And safety depends on multiple factors. It depends on your form, depends on your equipment, and I'll give you an example. Here's a failed rep. Always good to fail once in a while. Alright, so I stop halfway up, I can't get the weight up, so come down. And we bail. And that's why you set up your safeties. But if I were to be doing it alone without safeties and with clips on the bar, then yes, that would be unsafe. Ay. Safety is very important. You don't make gains from one workout. You make gains from years of consistency, and then that makes safety a more important variable in a single workout than anything else that you're thinking about. Yes, I've got no alerts, unfortunately. We will be doing some anatomy study in this mode as well, or in this stream. C2H4O2, sulfuric acid. Acetic acid, damn it. Yeah, CH4 is methane, yep. Lipids, fats are made of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Yes. C2H4O2 is acetic acid. Wonderful. Right, so we need to get up to 67. Let's not drop weights on their feet, shall we? And we get to use the baby weights. Hey. Look at the baby weights. Ain't they cute? I love the baby weights. Okay. Right. Do I have a more dense bag of chalk? I'm not sure that I do. Oh well, we'll manage. Let's finish our cells cards. Proteins emerge from the endoplasmic reticulum inside vesicles. There's often smooth variations of endoplasmic reticulum. Is that often smooth of endoplasmic reticulum, or? I think it is, because smooth versions don't have ribosomes, whereas rough versions do. What are centrosomes? Centrosomes. Dense areas of cytoplasm housing centrioles. What are the 3 types of cartilage? White fibrous, yellow elastic, hyaline. Yay! Who was the first to make and use truly high-powered microscopes? Anton van Leeuwenhoek in 1600s. I win! Okay, So, chat, we are going for 11 repetitions. Hopefully we'll be able to nail it. Incline bench press, 67 kilos for 11 repetitions. Let's keep our form. Thank you, safeties. 10. I thought I was going to get 11. Shame. Oh well. Whew. Gotta work where you are, not where you want to be. Dang it. I can't see chat updating. Darth Willow, I can see a message for you on the phone, but it does it on a black background. Maybe I can... Can I see if... There we are. Darth Willow with a watch streak. Nice, thank you. Ooh. I played Onslaught and I finally understand why Tommy gets chat back. First time I've seen you streaming fitness and health, awesome. Thank you, Fancy. I do enjoy pursuing it, and it's good fun to share it. Oh, it's a bit difficult though, because streaming is a certain amount of, effort to be engaging and to converse. And for me, I don't know if anyone else can relate to this. Fitness training and sort of weightlifting has sort of become like my mental health outlet almost. So I have to balance the value of streaming it for other people, which I do really enjoy, and, compromising to a certain extent what I get out of it in terms of just having that personal sort of space for development and energy. Okay. Alright, let's get this back where it needs to be, shall we? Right. So we're going for, ironically, this thing's telling me I can get 11 on set 2. Which, given that I got 10 on set 1, doesn't really make a lot of mathematical sense to me, but maybe I can hype myself up. Hey chat, tell me nice things. Maybe I'll get 11. Steve, you're so amazingly manly. Let's see if we can get a good song. How about Superman remix? That's always fun. Superman remix. No, not the Eminem version, I mean the actual theme. Let's see. Epic cover version. Alright. Okay. Always lift while thinking the weight you lifted is a cloud. I do my best to respect the weight, no matter what it is. Steve, you're great. You're goddamn right I am. I'm the best, biggest guy you've ever seen. Yeah. Whew. Come on, let's make the lift. Inspect the weight, inspect the form, don't cheat it. Oh, there's an electronic guitar in my ears, okay. So we know that down as 9. I've kept going to 11 because I'm fucking stubborn. Okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I wish I could share the music with you. This theme is awesome. Okay. Let's see, what are we doing next? Do we have any more? Okay, we don't have any more scheduled bar work on that position. We have T-bar nose, barbell shrugs, bent lateral raises. Okay, there's a humbling lift. Let's do that. How has your day been, chat? Yeah, having a good one? Oh no, my music's not auto-playing. This is terrible. Star Wars remix? Alright. Cold, -18 at work. Damn! My condolences. Right. Not sure where to put you guys so you get a decent view of this one, but you can stay there, you get the idea. Alright, let's warm up with 2.5 kilo punch, shall we? Okay. Right, what are we working with? 4.5, alright. Actually, we're doing 15 reps with 4.5. Can probably just go to an even 5 kilos. Alright? Although it'll probably humble me. These small weight jumps will always get you in this exercise. Gotta be so careful of your form. It's so easy to turn an isolation exercise into a more compound one, thus meaning you move more weight than you should be. So let's just be careful of that. Respect the form. Respect the weight. One dumbbell. Two dumbbells. What are we working with shrugs at the moment? 57.5. Yeah, 57.5, alright. Probably warm up with 50. I think we need to one of these if we're doing shrugs. see if we can finish another flashcard section. On the skin, what are the characteristics of the stratum granulosum? So living cells with intact membranes. Cells are capable of mitosis under friction or pressure. Distinct nucleus, but cell membranes are dire. pH balance of skin is 4.5 to 5.6. Muscular system. Structure. Cylindrical cells that make up fibers. Each fiber has several nuclei, multinucleated cells, and surrounded by a sarcolemma. Muscle fibers form bundles which run in the same direction. Strobia, though microscoped, formed by actin and myosin. Protein filaments run in cluster fiber and transverse bands of skeletal muscle. What is the structure of smooth muscle? Spindle-shaped cells with no distinct membrane or no distinct nucleus. No distinct membrane. And they only have one nucleus. Bundles of fibers form the main visual component of the muscle. No distinct membrane, only one nucleus. Wonderful. Okay. What is anemia? Oh, I know this. Chat, what's anemia? Yeah, anemia. Reduction in the blood's ability to carry oxygen via the iron-lowered blood. Well, it's a reduction in the blood's ability to carry oxygen due to either a lack of hemoglobin or the red blood cells that carry hemoglobin, I believe. Yeah, reduction in blood's ability to carry oxygen either by a decrease in red blood cells or the hemoglobin that they carry, or both, can be caused by extensive blood loss, lack of iron in diet, failure of bone marrow to produce normal levels of cells, or may be inherited. Nice! You were anemic as a child, I see. What are the causes and effects of low blood pressure? Hyper or hypo-related conditions. Guess if you cut an arm off. Low blood pressure. Excessive vasodilation, I guess. What else could cause a low blood pressure? I guess any form of wasting of the cardiac musculature could cause a low blood pressure. Some medication, underactive adrenal glands, hereditary factors, and shock. That's hardly an exhaustive list. What is the lifespan of a red blood cell? 120 days on average. What things are needed for a blood clot to form? Prothrombin, calcium, thromboplastin, fibrinogen or fibrin, vitamin K. Yay! I win. Hey, we did it. Okay, cool. Dude, I gotta come back to my playlist. The music keeps pausing. Imagine working out without music. Okay, there we go. There's something. That can work. Oh, dude, I swear, this lift is about to humble me. I'm not even gonna... Stay. that. Okay, I went to the lymphatic system again. Okay, what's the function of the appendix? It plays a role in digestion of cellulose plant material. It's essentially a reservoir of infection-fighting lymphocytes. Well, there's systemic lupus erythematosus. So it's a systemic inflammation of connective tissue. Well, there's Hashimoto's thyroiditis. When the body's T cells attack the thyroid. Describe the right lymphatic duct. 1.5 centimeters long at the base of the neck, drains into the right subclavian vein, drains lymph from the right side of the body and head, right side of the upper body and head. What's the function of the thymus? Produce T cells, important for newborn babies. What's the structure of lymphatic vessels? They have valves, they're thin-walled, easily collapsible. What are the characteristics of lymphatic tissue? Semi-solid, contains phagocytes, lots of cells that divide to form lymphocytes. Yay! Oh, onto the nervous system now. I haven't done this blog for ages. Why is the sympathetic system called sympathetic? Comes from the Greek for working together, relating to the sympathetic nervous system's ability to coordinate multiple organs and structures upon its activation. Feeling together. Nice. Hello, Quangura. Okay, optimistically, this thing thinks I'll only get 9 repetitions, and I got 13 for the first set, so I reckon I can exceed that. Let's not use it as an excuse to be lazy. Ooh. Okay. Ow. I think that was 11. Maybe I'm being optimistic. Okay. Right. Now we're going for barbell shrugs. Should be fun. Barbell shrugs, then we'll go to shoulder press, I think. Then we'll start doing some back work. We can probably go to 60 on these shrugs, honestly. Should we go to 60? Let's do it. I'm sure it'll be fine. the primary function of the thalamus. So it acts as a relay station, relaying signals towards the cerebrum. How do the axon lengths differ between the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems? So the preganglionic fibers of the sympathetic system are short, and the postganglionic fibers are long. Yes! Why is the parasympathetic system called parasympathetic? It comes from the Greek meaning beside the sympathetic. What is the function of the spinal cord? Convey signals from the brain to and from the muscle systems and organs of the body, through afferent and efferent nerves. That's a decent summary. The motor division of the PNS is divided into, so the peripheral nervous system, got somatic and autonomic. So somatic would have subdivisions of cranial and spinal or peripheral nerves. Okay, so it's just somatic. Ah, yes, because you've got the CNS and PNS divided in. PNS is subdivided. Okay. You learn that. How do you grow a spine? I was recommended to get one a few times. I mean, you could try deadlifts. Alright, let's warm up for some shrugs, shall we? That's what I do every time Twitch chat asks me a question about new tanks. I'll do 6 or 7 for warm up, I think. And we're working with 60. Should be fun. Oh, this is a good song. The motor division of the PNS is divided into, so CNS, PNS. PNS is subdivided into autonomic and somatic. Autonomic and somatic. Yeah. I'm good. Cool. What is the cerebellum responsible for? Cerebellum. It's primarily concerned with balance and coordination of visual stimuli, I believe. Muscle coordination, balance, posture, and muscle tone. Okay. What is the medulla oblongata also known as? Oh, I know this. What is the medulla oblongata also known as, chat? The vomiting center? I believe it's the vomiting center because it does control vomiting among myriad things. Center for respiration. Damn it. Well, this is the somatic nervous system responsible for. Somatic nervous system is primarily concerned with conscious skeletal movement, as far as I'm aware. Motor and sensory information to and from the central nervous system. What is a migraine? Persistent headache, exacerbated by visual stimulus, often combined with dizziness and nausea. What is myasthenia gravis? Myasthenia gravis. Maya. So Maya makes me think muscle, from musculus. Myo, meaning little mouse. In Latin, I think it's either Latin or Greek. Asthenia makes me think asthma, which is a restriction in breathing or a lack of oxygen flow to the bronchi. Myasthenia, I'm probably way off. Enia means deficiency, which would comport with my theory about asthenia being some kind of restriction of oxygen flow. Myasthenia, I'm going to go out on a limb and state contraction of musculature resulting in lack of blood or oxygen flow to a particular area. Chronic progressive disease, chronic fatigue and muscular weakness, especially in the neck and face. I mean, I was kind of not wrong, but I was mostly wrong. Okay, let's get the set done, shall we? We're going for 14, chat. My shoulders are not going to thank me for this right away. Well, thank me later. Come on, suprascapular. Suprascapularis. Okay. Doing all right. Oh, wait, I only wanted 14. I did 16. Oops. Well, listen, the medulla oblongata, also known as center for my Spanish. What is myasthenia gravis? Chronic fatigue of musculature, particularly around the head or face. Head or neck and face. What is the role of the sympathetic nervous system? Carrying muscular and sensory impulses to and from the central nervous system. Oh, sympathetic, not somatic. Sympathetic, yeah, fight or flight, essentially. How many lobes does the cerebrum have? 4? 4! I win! Describe the dura mater. The dura mater is one of the 3 layers of the meninges, which are basically a fibrous layers covering the skull. dura mater is, I believe, so you've got the dura, the arachnoid, and the pia mater. So the dura is the middle layer, which I believe blends with the pia mater. Double layer of tough fibrous membrane. Outer layer forms periosteum, the skin of the skull. Inner layer is the first protective layer of the brain. Continues as spinal dura mater down to the sacrum. Cool. What does the parasympathetic system do after the body experiences stress? So it starts calming down the body and the organs, reducing their oxygen requirements or reducing the signals being sent back to the spinal cord. And restores the body to a state of calm by slowing the heart rate, stimulating digestion, promoting relaxation. Where is the midbrain located? I believe at the base of the brainstem between the medulla oblongata and the hypothalamus. Below the cerebrum at the top of the brainstem at the base of... Interesting. Okay. Second set, let's do it. Okay. I'll take 15. That's not half bad. Hey. Okay. Not doing overhead triceps extensions. Let's do shoulder press, shall we? We're working with 20. It's probably my weakest lift. My shoulders just don't work. Or maybe I just don't work hard enough. Got some Eminem on right now. Got a good beat to work with. So we're doing shoulders, then back. I should really do back first, but I'm not working with excessive weights at the moment. The volume's fairly low, so shouldn't matter too much. Warm up with 15 here. Anyone in chat got a favourite exercise? Should try going like one tick back on the incline. Still hits your front delts without the discomfort. Really? So I tend to have the most issues with, yeah, I know what you mean, Steve, yeah. I tend to have the most issues with a range of motion from here to here. Like, it's getting out of this area that causes me issues. I'm thinking about the actual mechanics of changing the incline a little bit. Yeah, it has potential. Worth a go. We'll try it. See how we go. Oi, always happy to take input. Because I would like to do some awesome shoulder work, but particularly my left shoulder, it's always in the line at the complaints desk. So I generally, well, right now, I cut the form a little short in the bottom range of motion. Yep, you're quite right, Steve. You never know if something's going to work for you or not. And in fairness to you, I haven't tried... Have I tried one step back on the incline? I'm not sure. We'll see how it feels in the warm-up in any case. Feels like it could potentially be more comfortable. It's hard to know. Righty-ho, in any case, our plan is to go up to 20. Ooh. Oh, yeah, as I was saying, anyone in chat got a favourite exercise? Maybe something I can add to my repertoire. I started doing it and I went for dumbbell press in the 70s to the 110s. Damn! Inclusion of our upper chest musculature must help out substantially then. So I mean, what is it normally? It's primarily just deltoid and suprascapularis, I guess. Suprascapularis more involved in the lower portion of the movement. But yeah, in all my training, I've never been able to consistently sort of go comfortably over like 20 kilos on the dumbbell overhead press, which, you know, considering I've been training for like, I mean, weight training like 3.5, 4 years, like, it's really not good. Like, that is beginner level. And yet, I'm stuck. Oh. Alright, let's see how we feel. Where the work is set with the 20s. Oh. experimenting with a new technique, that's usually what's holding you back, small tweak of the arm. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm always happy to sort of try people's suggestions and things like that, because, you know, the way I'm doing it hasn't got me anywhere, so clearly I'm doing something wrong. I would like to think that I'm doing something wrong, right? Because the alternative is I'm not doing something wrong and I'm just destined to suck, which is not exactly an inspiring thought. Oy. We're all after self-improvement. And the best ways to do that is to find out where you're wrong, accept where you are, and learn how not to be. Am I gonna... No shots at me. That feels a lot better, actually. Yeah. The range of motion is simply better with that adjustment. Whether that will result in more efficacy, we'll see. Huge fan of the Smith machine Bulgarians. As of right now, that might be my favourite thing to do. Interesting. I'm not familiar with... The only Bulgarian thing I'm familiar with is split squats. Any other Bulgarian lift that I'm aware of? How about remaining deadlifts? I can't imagine how you would do Bulgarian split squats with... just put that on the Smith, really? Trying to work out what that would look like. Maybe I'm thinking of a different movement. But, you know, when I visualise Bulgarian split squats, I'm imagining this. Am I off the mark there, or? Just had to be a vertical Smith. Oh, are you mounting the weight on your back? I'm so used to holding... okay. So I'm imagining you holding the weight down here by your sides and somehow doing this. Like, how does that work? Okay, gotcha. Oh. Ba-boo-doo-doo-doo. Ba-ba-doo-doo. So, we can get a second set of overhead press done. It only wants 8 from me. I reckon I can probably do 9. Fairly reasonably. Let's keep doing our questions, shall we? What is the somatic nervous system responsible for? So, primarily voluntary skeletal movements. Transmitting impulses to and from the periphery to the central nervous system. The primary function of the thalamus acts as a relay station, conveying impulses to and from the cerebrum. How do the axon lengths differ between the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems? Sympathetic preganglionic fibers are short, whereas the postganglionic fibers are long. Where's the midbrain located? Okay, it's not at the base of the brainstem, at the top of the brainstem, between the cerebrum and hindbrain, below the cerebrum at the top of the brainstem. Alright. Imagine going Bulgarian for gains, then take away the balance factors and add the ability to overload more without having to have the weight in your hands. I do like the logic of that. Because, I mean, it's like when people do... I see videos online all the time of people like doing... just the fucking Bosu ball or whatever, that big exercise ball. You see people doing weighted barbell squats on it, and you're just like... What are you doing? So, I like the logic of taking out the balance component and compensating for taking that away by just adding more controlled, programmable, adjustable stimulus. Like, that has a firm logical basis in my mind. Cool. Alrighty. See what we can do. Yeah. That was weird. Okay. That's all right. Splendid. Okay. Right, now on to some back work. What are we doing? Doing T-bar moves. Okay. See, I have problems with back work and shoulder work. Everything else pretty much is fine. Although I have had a hip injury that I've been recovering from. Let's set up, shall we? I'm curious for any gym goers in chat. Have you ever taken too much weight off of one side of the bar? I have. Guilty. It was good fun. It was also horrifying. Timber! do the classic female influencer bend down in front of the camera ass first. You're welcome, chat. Should we take a okay. Oh, well, when you position you for this lift, I think, when you can critique me form easier, I just... I don't know if you saw that, chat. This is what I did. I took this, I put the weight on, and I... You get my emotion? Wasn't pleasant. I'm alright. Ay. How's your mobility skills? In what capacity, James? Do you mean so cardio, or have you got something more specific in mind? Shoulder stretch. I mean, my mobility is all right. I do stretches. Like I'm familiar with it's one that I do quite a bit. So like, I have decent mobility. You know, it's not a mobility issue, and I do take care to take my shoulders through a good range of motion. It's just for some reason there's a persistent low sort of 1 on the pain scale, pain in my shoulder that I've talked to my physio about consistently. And exercising it specifically with shoulder work or back work does exacerbate it in an acute time frame, and then very quickly, within like a day of resting it, it goes back to that 1 pain level, and it just sits there. And I have taken a month and a half off of training, and no change whatsoever. Yeah, sure, James, go for it. I don't mind indulging you. I will blend it with my warm-up for back work, though. That's all right. Ow. Oh, my hand. Oh, there they are. No worries. Okay. Alright, let's toss you over the other side, chat, so you can get a more comprehensive view of what's going on. Although I have to get the thing out of the way. Sure that'll be alright. Whee. Go over here, I'll turn the fan on while I'm here. Let's get you out of the lovely views way. These are not too bad. Okay. Warm-ups. Alrighty. What am I doing? going to go and have some water. When I'm back, what are we doing? 52.5. Okay. Oh, here we go. Both your hands in a praying position, pointing downwards. Fingers interlocked together with palms closed. It's like a big fist behind your back, not behind your head. Make sure you haven't placed your hands on your back, keep a little distance between them. In a praying position, pointed down with a finger locks in. That is not an easy thing to follow. I'm guessing you mean it's part of one of the exercises that I do is this. So, do that. We do the classic stretching the posterior capsule. And the other one. And the inferior capsule. Good old glenohumeral joint, so I take it through a decent amount of range of motion. So yeah, James, that is one that I already do, fine fellow. I don't fully close my palms, generally. Well, that might be a decent cue, actually. Maybe. Might be worth. Okay, right. Let's get this set done, shall we? I keep my volume very low for that, just not exacerbate my shoulder. There's no excuse to not work hard. Might need to incorporate the bigger weights. The bigger plates. Well, let's use a clip. I'm going to get stuck under the bar so it doesn't represent a safety hazard. Plunk. So, how long you can last for the first attempt? God damn it. Okay, tell you what, I'll indulge that after my warm-up. Not warm-up, sorry, my set. My magical set that's going to go so well, and it's definitely not going to slip out of the landline attachment. Alrighty. What am I even going for? I don't know. We'll go until I get tired. Not bad. I'll take that. What's that? I was like 15, I think, maybe. We're not down 15. Alright. Okay, next up, what are we doing? We're doing pull downs. Okay. Sounds good. Oh. Alright, so you want me to try that stretch for 2 minutes? Hey, hey. Alright, let's have a go then. 2 minutes. Hey. Starting to hurt. Ow. My poor old artery. Oi. I got paresthesia. Ay, ay, ay. So yeah, my brachial artery was certainly occluded by that. I started getting pins and needles in the little finger, spreading to the, what would that be in anatomical position? It would be the medial side of the fourth finger, which is what's innervated by the ulnar nerve. So, well, be the ulnar nerve. Nice. Quite impressive on the first try. Thanks, fine sir. I do my best. Any opinions on the shoulder stretch challenge? Well, I mean, you might as well ask a layman, to be fair, because I'm no expert in stretching or its effectiveness. I've looked at literature that basically supports largely dichotomous conclusions. Some saying that stretching is efficacious for injury prevention, some which are contrasting. And for me, generally speaking, if you look at resistance training holistically, which always has to be the way you look at it, given the gains made in an acute time frame in natural people are very minimal. So looking at it holistically over a long time period just makes the most sense. It becomes a time issue. How much time do you need? I've read academic literature that studied the effectiveness of a sort of 20-minute warm-up and cool-down, and that was slightly efficacious for preventing injury. But it's like 20 minutes warm-up and then 20 minutes warm-down every single session. How much more efficaciously could you be spending that time? Can you optimize it? It's that kind of question. So, I don't know. That's always what I'm weighing is, do I want to spend 2 minutes doing that in addition to another 5-minute warm-up and individual warm-ups? Or do I want to just warm up in a way that takes me through the range of motion of the exercise that I'm about to perform? Alright, so if I'm doing T-bar rows to warm up, I'll do T-bar rows. If I'm warming up for overhead press, I'll warm up via overhead press, right? And that seems to be, in my opinion, the most effective attitude, or most effective manner of warming up. Then again, I've got an injured shoulder, so, anecdotally, perhaps I'm entirely incorrect. This is why we should probably keep examining literature as this topic becomes more widely studied. But it is interesting because when you look at the mechanism of injury, like you look at strains and sprains and breaks and tendinitis, bursitis, all of these different sort of mechanisms of injury. And then you look at the actual structure of these tendons and tissues that are being inflamed or damaged or snapped or broken. You notice that, the elasticity or the ability to maintain shape and to exert pressure against external forces, against external load, is an important component of injury prevention. Hypermobility of a joint is often not a good thing when you're talking about the strength and capacity of muscles to act over that joint, right? Muscles are generally stronger when they have less range of motion or less axes to act over, right? You'll find that biaxial joints, generally speaking, are weaker than uniaxial joints, or joints that move in one range of motion, like flexion and extension, like the elbow, for example. The ball and socket joint, the glenohumeral joint, or shoulder joint, is exceptionally mobile. But as a result, it's not that strong. It's liable for injury. There's a huge amount of structures in the shoulder that are just there to prevent, injury. Got a huge amount of ligaments surrounding the glenohumeral joint. And my theory is that affording these ligaments greater degrees of flexibility increases one's ability to put these already fairly relatively weak joints into more compromised positions, right? Because if you stretch for 20 minutes before performing an overhead press, you'll get an extra degree or two range of motion because of the acute amount of extra flexibility that you have afforded that joint for that time, that range of motion or that exercise, right? And so the theory goes, in my mind at least, that more flexibility could actually be dangerous and could actually exacerbate injury risk, specifically when it comes to weight training. But I'm not academic literature, I'm just purporting a theory here. Do not take me at my word. I'm only sharing this for the purpose of sharing a curiosity or thought process. thing you should walk away with is that the elasticity or the inflexibility of ligaments and tendons is actually a good thing, right? Within certain limitations, of course. Oy. Does it feel like you're fighting your own muscle when attempting it? What, the shoulder stretch, you mean? Let's put you over here, shall we? Ay. I think we're going for 52.5 on this. I believe the lat pull-downs are actually how I injured my shoulder in the first place. So I keep the volume very low now. Am I doing 52? Yeah, 52.5. And I apologise if I miss a message, James. The chat just updated, so I may have missed something. Oh, let's call someone. What's your answer? Does it feel like you're fighting your own muscle when attempting it? I mean, I don't know how to answer that, because I feel like fighting your own muscle is a rather ambiguous term. I mean, technically any form of isotonic or isometric exercise is fighting your musculature, if you like. So, I don't know. I'm putting my body in a biomechanically disadvantaged position and trying to hold it there whilst activating musculature that's seldom used for such a purpose. Teres minor, teres majors, the infrascapularis. So I'm using irregularly worked musculature. So I don't know. I could not tell you. Right, 11. Cool. Okay, now we're going to a line cable row with 42.5. Alright. I actually have the... Okay. Ay, ay, ay. What are you thinking, James? Okay, what are we doing next? We are doing our last exercise. Puncture curls. 41 kilos. Okay. Right. This setup is jank. I'll put you over here so you can see the complete and utter jankiness of what I'm about to set up. I do not have a puncture curl machine, so I had to improvise. Yay. Basically, your wrists will be crisscross on each other. And this time, fingers are not going to be interlocking together, now they're separate. Both of your hands will be fully closed into a fist. Hope it's clear. I assume in the same motion, sort of behind the back, right? Ooh, gotcha. Okay, it's 41 kilos we're looking. I think that might be the heaviest preacher curl I've done. Yeah, it is. I have never done more on a preacher curl. Alright, let's find the baby weights. Hello, baby weights. Righty-ho. So we're aiming for 11. 11 with 41 kilos with good form on the preacher curl. Okay. Oh, okay. And that is it for me. Fairly comprehensive upper body work. Thoroughly enjoyable. Yeah, I might well add it to my, probably not the second one you mentioned if you say it's more advanced, but I might well add the variation to my existing shoulder work and my shoulder stretches. Oi, I think I might do abs tomorrow. That should be fun. I love working abs, dude. I don't know why, I just do. Thank you, something, I'll do my best. Okay, so I will be back in about an hour, playing, I don't know, get your votes in, lads. We'll do some manner of crowd control. So, who wants me to play what? We could do Baldur's Gate 3, we could do... What else could we do? We could do Lethal Company, Out Control. Yeah, no worries, Peabody. We could do Minecraft, play some World of Tanks. What else could we do? But yeah, if anyone's got a preference, shout it out now, because you will most likely be the deciding vote. So, if you care, let me know within like a minute. What am I doing tomorrow? Let me just check. Okay. Oh, I forgot to note down my ventricles. Okay, there we go. Cool. Let us see. I don't have Hytale, Peabody, yet. Okay. Yeah, we can do abs tomorrow. I'm feeling good. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, so yeah, same time tomorrow we'll be doing an ab workout. But yeah, I'll be back live in an hour if you do want to stick around. But until then, I will say farewell. Go and have yourself a meal or something. Bye bye.